I was collecting money. I thought I will not get a producer. This was the first thought. So I thought that I will ended up putting my own money and make it inside the own apartment. This was the whole plan.
तुम्हारी झील सी गहरी आंखों में कुछ नमी सी है। तुमसे अगर इस नमी का कारण पूछूं तो क्या एक खत लिखोगी?
Hi all, it's Silas from AsianCultureVulture.com. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. We're still in Venice with Tatiana Rosenstein. She's now talked to the award-winning director of the film Songs of Forgotten Trees, Anuparna Roy. This is a film presented by Anurag Kashyap, who some of you will recognise. It's essentially about two female flatmates in Mumbai and working a few things out. Let's go and find out more.
How did this idea come to you? How you seen Kaya Kabade from the latest one?
Well, the idea came from my own family, where I saw my grandmother staying with with her stepdaughter, and both were at the same age because my grandmother had a child marriage. My grandfather was 30-year-old, she was 9-year-old, and the moment she came inside the family, she came to know that her husband has a 9-year-old daughter, and they both became friends. And the moment my grandfather died, they had a beautiful chemistry with each other, where one become the provider and the other become the receiver. And these two women, you know, handled the family in a very compassionate way, like with all whole lot of compassion, rather than a man handling family. So yeah, then the idea came from there, actually, to develop two women and their intimacy.
But then you tell this story. Tell this story. So it's very easy to fall into some cliches. So how did you navigate to avoid them?
I was developing the script from 3 years back, from 2022, and the sort of cliche I avoided while shooting was the kind of Bombay I didn't want to showcase, the kind of locals, the kind of the jam-packed crowd. So I ignored all of it. I wanted Mumbai as an element come very naturally. So I showcased everything inside a crumbled apartment. I never went outside unless there is a requirement of the character going out. So that one thing. The second cliche was showcasing the skin of a woman. I ignored because I always want. I was fascinated with the narration of Laura Mulvey's Male Gaze, where she mentioned very clearly ki how a, a, a man-made film, you know, evolves inside the mind of the male audience. Where you show whenever you showcasing sex scenes, the expectation of audience coming like you're gonna see a lot of women's skin.
Yeah.
It never like that. So basically, I wanted to break that, and I know I'm not the first filmmaker who broke the chain. There are a lot. So everybody has their own way of storytelling. So all I wanted to uncomfort the audience by showcasing a male naked. So this doesn't bring any change to my society or the industry, because in my industry there are far more better women filmmaker with their unique voices. Payal Kapadia, I love her. Kiran Rao, she been amazing. She has her own way of storytelling. Meera Nair, and I got inspired by all of them. Rima Das. These all filmmakers inspired me a lot, and they gave me a voice. They showed me a path uh, uh, to where I can lead myself as a filmmaker. I showcase a film which is talking about women and their voice.
So I read that you navigated me jobs while trying to finance this script.
Actually, the jobs I was doing, it was all because Bombay is very expensive. First of all, I had to have the economical stability there. So I was doing 3 jobs. I was collecting money. I thought I will not get a producer. This was the first thought. So I thought that I'll ended up putting my own money and make it inside the own apartment. This was the whole plan. But thanks to the producers, they backed me so much that I sort of ended up being a co-producer, and they being the main producer, because they let me, stay behind the production. Like, they just asked me to indulge myself creatively rather than financially.